Well, the gang is here, so let's get started. All right, come on. One intro is enough, not 37. Broadcasting live from beautiful 36-degree downtown Cleveland. It's station WDWL TV, home of not one, but 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And as usual, I'm your host, the grumpy old man, and shit. Our show is brought to you by Grumpy Vulture Productions. No bow. Thank you. See you, bye. I'll tell you what. Thank God. I only had to drive 5 minutes to my CT scan. Because I walk up to the registration desk and I give the girl my information and she goes, "Didn't anyone call you?" No. Do you have a voicemail? I pull out my phone. No. Why? The CT scan for today is canceled because the machine is broke down. They can send me 360 fucking emails on my chart. They can send me 4,000 text messages. You think I said to the girl, thank God I only drove 5 minutes to get here, because I would have lost it. So it's rescheduled for 1:15 on Monday. You know, you get a text message, or, have you arrived for your appointment? Then you register, and you get a text message that said, you have registered for your appointment. Then you get another text message, you've arrived at the doctor's waiting area for your appointment. You think I could get one goddamn message that the CT was canceled for today? Nope. What a way of doing business. Yeah, no Valentine's wishes for me. I haven't had to worry about that bullshit for 26 years now. Back in the day when I was married to my son's mother, I had 3 expensive months. Christmas, then her birthday was in the middle of January, then Valentine's Day. And there was no such thing as buying one big gift. Oh, no. Yeah. So tomorrow I will run up to Mally's and get some candy bars, and then Annie doesn't work the weekend, so Monday I will let her take her selection of what she prefers, whether it be like Nestle's Crunch or almond or plain. And since Olivia has been a little bitch, too bad. Because I know they'll talk. Annie will say, "Oh, look at the candy bars I got from the grumpy old man." Olivia will be like, "Gee, I didn't get any." Well, you're going to be a little bitch. So how many houses? We're on 3? Is that what you're going to be looking at? 3 houses? Well, in Ohio, it's different. So all you have to do is pick a house now. Well, like I said, if you find one that really meets your needs, don't look excited. Just turn to the real estate agent and go, this could work. I have to think about it. I could guarantee she's got some backup houses. She's telling you 3, but she's probably got about 9 on the list. One thing about real estate agents, they don't like to part with their customers. Well, we looked at 3. I got a couple more. They're just in the neighborhood. Then you drive 47 miles. What the hell kind of neighborhood are you talking about? So we got a call from my doctor's nurse, and it appears that I have a nasty kidney infection. And what they're thinking is the first time that there was some blood, I passed a stone. Then the antibiotics cleared it up. And then the second time there was blood, they think I passed a second. Today's CT scan was supposed to see if we're clear. But tomorrow, I am getting a shitload of ultra-strong antibiotics. The receptionist said, these are going to be about 2.5 times stronger than what you took before. But keep drinking the crinkleberry juice. Salute, Kathy. You know, like I told the doctor, I had a tad of discomfort in the right kidney. Evidently, it was stones. Thank God I didn't have what I had back in the 70s. Holy shit. And thank God that the stones were small. Because back in the 70s, I passed the Rock of Gibraltar. Matter of fact, it was so goddamn painful. I tore the towel rack right off the bathroom wall because I was hanging on it. After I opened my eyes, I went, oh shit, now I gotta fix this. So I gotta get this infection cleared up, because the ortho surgeon and my podiatrist don't even want to hear from me until everything is back to normal. Well, looks like you're not going to be bowling next week. Did they catch your fall on camera? Can you sue Walmart? Sue Walmart for enough to pay off the house. Boy, I'll tell you, I do not understand this younger generation. I don't know what X, Y, Q, P, I watched a couple of DV court cases, and then a kid that was involved in an armed robbery. Now, the first DV case, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. This kid was 23 years old. He had 8 different kids with 8 different females, and the first kid he had, he was age 14. What was there, a revolving door of females? One, okay, go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one. 8 kids, 8 different females. And the first kid was at age 14. And the second one was almost as bad. This one had 6 kids by 4 different girls, and the first one was at age 15. Absolutely unbelievable. And then the armed robbery case. This kid was a straight A student on the honor roll, one of the star basketball players and a star football player, gets involved in an armed robbery. And I'll tell you what, I like the judge. Because the judge said, you know, I'm going to tell you something. He said, if you were applying for a job and I looked at your resume that said straight A's all through high school, on the honor roll all through high school, star football and basketball player. Just by looking at that resume, he says, I would hire you in a heartbeat. Until you walked into my office. And the judge he goes, what the fuck is with that mop on your head? Do you think you're going to get hired for any good job with that fucking rag mop you got for a hairdo? He said, I hope the first thing they do when you get to prison is shave your head. He said, you look like an asshole. And I was sitting there going, yep, 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 yep. That's almost as bad as the one a couple weeks ago. He had like sticks. Looked like sticks coming out of his head. I'm like, do these kids look in the mirror? And if they look in the mirror, do they think they really look like CEO material? Yeah, the judge didn't hold back with him. He said, you walk in my office, he goes, next. He said, you got a pretty impressive resume until we get a good look at your head. I just don't understand this generation. I really don't. You know, it still pisses me off that 30 years later, these kids are still wearing their goddamn pants halfway down their ass. I really would like to go up behind every one of them and just pants them. I told one kid in front of me in the store one day, I said, pull up your fucking pants. I don't want to see your goddamn underwear. Just give me a dirty look. I really wanted to pull him up and give him a fucking wedgie. Grab his BVDs and pull him up like around his chin. I just do not understand them. I do not. Like my buddy's wife said, you know, give it up already. You know, you're not going to change anything by bitching about it. I said, well, I can bitch about it, yeah. Sure, I'm not going to change anything, but I'm speaking my mind. Although there was one police chase that was thoroughly hilarious because they give the guy a pit maneuver. He jumps out of the car and he starts to run, and his goddamn pants were hanging down so far down his ass that he kept tripping. Then finally the officer tackled him. He'd get up, fall down, get up, fall down, get up, fall down. The first thing the officer did was hike his goddamn pants up. Ben, I'm getting ready to make the turn to go up to the clinic to get my canceled CT scan. I look in the mirror, and I was like, oh, shit. The goddamn Cleveland police car sitting right behind me. Then, I don't know if he was impatient because, having a manual transmission, I try to stay away from people just in case there's rollback. I'd move up, he'd move up. I'd move up, he'd move up. I'd move up, he'd move up. If it wasn't that I don't own it yet, I'd have got out of the car and I'd say, hey, what's with you being on my ass? Although I have to take the license plate off of the RAV4 and figure out a way of putting it on the back end of the Passat. That's one of them plates that I had made up that said, senior citizen, manual transmission, leave at least 10 feet for rollback, or it's your bumper. And there were actually people that read it and would leave room. Now, I'm usually pretty quick off the clutch. But not all the time. And when you got somebody that's 6 inches away from your bumper, you roll back into them, it's your fault. Even though there'd probably be no damage. It's just the point, why do people have to get right up on your bumper? And then, like I say, I moved up a couple of feet, he moved up. I moved up, he moved up. I moved up, he moved up. I was like, are you that freaking impatient? If you got a call to go to, put the lights on, hit the air horn, and go around me. Wouldn't be the first time. And then evidently there must be some new rule from the chief. Because lately, almost every police cruiser that I've seen that's just rolling down the street, they have the rear section of the light bar flashing. Not the front, just the back. Although today, coming back from my canceled CT scan, oh, does Cleveland have a sneaky vehicle. It's an all-black Dodge Ram pickup, 4-door. No markings whatsoever, except for the lights at the top of the windshield, the lights in the back window, and the license plate. Was vehicle number 9118. Evidently, that's either traffic or task force. I have to try to figure out what the numbers are. He had a guy pulled over because as I was coming the opposite way, I saw the red and blue lights flashing. Then when I got up to it, I was like, you sneaky bastard. There's nothing on this vehicle that denotes it as Cleveland police. Nothing. Except the plate number, which is the car number or truck number. I don't know when they got that one, but talk about sneaky. Because going down the road, you just think it's a ordinary black Dodge Ram pickup. But see, being a license plate collector back in the day, I look at license plates. Especially people that have these vanity plates, and some of them are easy. Like the one the other day. It was I am numeral 4 God. I'm for God. And then there was another one. Let's see. You get 7 SPRKLE. Let's see. SPARKLE. Sparkle. The license plate was Sparkle. Now, you know that the plate on the truck is not an Ohio plate because it's black with white reflective numerals, 9118. But the average person, they're not paying attention to that until them red and blue lights come on. Sneaky vehicle, I'll tell you. It's almost as bad as the Ford Taurus that the 1st District Traffic Unit has. Not a marking on it, except for the license plate, 196. And he's got them sneaky lights. Because, see, back in the day, and they changed the laws, there had to be a police emblem. So a lot of the traffic cars would have an emblem about the size of their badge. A little Cleveland police emblem on the side fender that you couldn't see. And like I say, it was about the size of the police badge. Didn't say Cleveland Police, nothing else. But now they can get away with having no markings. Like this truck. Sneaky. Yeah, tomorrow I have to go up and get another fucking gallon. I hope they have the straight cranberry juice and not that cranberry blend. I ain't taking a chance on that stuff. If they don't have it, I'll have to go to Gigantic Eaglet. I should just buy stock and Ocean Spray and tell them, send me my dividends in gallons. I asked the receptionist, can I stop, when the antibiotics get here tomorrow, can I stop drinking the crinkleberry juice? She says, hold on. Must have asked the doc. She come back on and said, no. Drink it till further notice. Oh, boy. Holy shit, really? Over that incident with your daughter? God, that's as scary as having the police knock on your door. Oh, by the way, I forgot to. We will have a shortened version tonight because I have somebody dropping something off at 8 o'clock. Really? Now what the hell's he trying to pull? Blaming everything on her? So that he looks like Mr. Innocent? Hopefully you gave CPS a piece of your mind. Did you get all my emails? I think I sent 3. That way you can get one of these. Flashing candles. I decided to stick it in the bird's crotch. Then I have my fancy ones over here. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing. I love these touch lights. They are so cool. You just touch it on, touch it off. As a matter of fact, they're cheaper today, the touch lights, or the tap lights, I think I call them. They're cheaper today than they were when I bought the first set. So I bought another set. And I bought one more. I have a little different idea than using that old candelabra. So I bought one more of the flashing candle. But for the price that the tap lights, I bought another set. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'll figure something out. I just like playing with them. On, off, on, off. Grow up, Grumpy. Oh, I forgot to bring the dump truck in. I'll bring the tomorrow. 150,000 pieces in that box. But I have to go up to Michael's because I need to get paint. Because old Grumpy's going to do the same thing he did before. Detail the engine, detail the transmission, detail everything. Not to mention I need to get a couple of tubes of glue. Oh boy. I'll be on a buzz at showtime. Now, I will be using it in a well-ventilated room. I'm actually pretty excited about putting it together. You know, I was thinking, I spotted them, the blue ones, and then they had the red and black and the orange and black. I was really tempted to order. And then I've got a divot in my front yard. It's a circle about maybe 4 foot in diameter where they dug out a stump. And I was really tempted. I'm still thinking about it. because I think it would look cool with multicolor, and then them plants that grow that have them fucking gigantic leaves on them that are about the size of a dump truck. Put one of them in the middle. Yeah, I was looking at all that. Oh, some of them are tempting, and the price is cheap. But I'm tempted. What you'll have to do is show me how they look. Now, basically, the first year, you're not going to get big ones. But next year, they'll go crazy. Well, those plants will be cool. Now they had black and orange and black and red. And then they had the dark blue, which I think would look cool. But whatever them plants are that grow with them big, huge leaves. I mean, of course, in the picture it shows the thing about 9 foot tall with leaves that are about, 5 foot long. But I think one of them in the center of that circle would be really cool. Although I have to bug Marianne. I want a bamboo plant. I had one up the street. And, of course, it started to go haywire. Man, one day there were bamboo plants coming up in the middle of the lawn. You know the neat thing about hostas? You can't kill them. Well, you can, but God, I remember I had one at my house up the street, and it was at the corner of the driveway, and Dale's mother constantly ran that son of a bitch over. And I don't care how many times she ran it over, it came right back. And I learned something really neat with a hosta. All you got to do is take a chunk of root. You don't even need a plant. You take a chunk of root and plant it, and you'll have a hosta plant. I spotted something. I was watching the sewer cleaner again. That, keep it flowing. I like his videos because he includes a little bit of drive through the countrysides. And I really enjoy seeing the old villages. One thing you got to say about the UK, they don't tear a building down. They restore it. They like that old world look. And this guy always includes some of the countryside. Well, I noticed something interesting today. Now, every area had a different name for these bugs. You know, they're them little gray multi-legged, and if you touch them, they curl up like an armadillo. We always called them potato bugs. It was interesting. He opened a sewer lid, and about 30 of them came out, and I was like, God damn, they got the same potato bugs over in the UK that we have over here. I was amazed. Because he brushed up against one with his foot and it curled up like an armadillo. I remember the one kid down the street, he had a collection of them. He had a small, it was like a 2-gallon aquarium, and he had plants and grass in it. Every time he'd lift up a rock, oh boy, he'd throw them in that aquarium. He must have had 1,000 in that. Yeah, it seemed like every area had a different name for them. I don't know how they ever got the name of potato bugs, but I heard, older kids, so that's what we call them. You guys call them pill bugs. Yeah, isopods, that's right. But they look like baby armadillos. But it really amazed me seeing the identical same bugs over in the UK. Now, I'm sure they're worldwide. But it just kind of shocked me, like, holy shit. They got potato bugs over in Britain. And man, some of them manholes he opened up, did they have some ugly spiders? Oh man. Some of them suckers, you could have put a saddle on them and rode them. Although it amazes me the complete difference in underground plumbing in the UK versus the United States. And it's hard to believe in this day and age they're still using septic tanks. They have, even down in London, they don't have, like we have, sewage filtration plants. Everything is septic tanks and manholes and I'll tell you what, when he opened some of them manholes, thank God there's no such thing as smell-o-vision. Matter of fact, the video I watched yesterday, the woman, she walked by and she goes, oh my God, that smells. And he goes, you get used to it in this line of work. I don't think I would ever get used to it. Man, when he opens up some of them manholes, they look disgusting. But where we use, plumbing companies will snake out a drain, they water jet. And I really think that would be a more efficient system to use over here. Because sometimes a snake can get caught in a, if there's a misaligned pipe, and then break the pipe, and you got all kinds of problems. And, every plumbing company that comes to snake out a drain, they make you sign a waiver, We're not responsible for breaking up your underground, clay tile. But it's quite interesting, that water jetting system. Although one of the videos I watched today, they brought in the big sewer sucker. When they were pumping that septic tank out, I was about ready to gag. I was thinking to myself, oh man, can you imagine the stink coming out of that? And I'll tell you what, them people over there, they use rolls of toilet paper. Man, when he opens some of them manholes, there's got to be like 500 pounds of fucking toilet paper. It's like, the hell, people, what have I got, 4 foot? No, I need 8 foot. And then he was given one customer, well, a stern talking to, telling him not to flush the baby wipes. He went to water jet out that drain, and it was just clogged with baby wipes. But it, you can tell how goofy I am. It's interesting watching him clean out sewers. Because he was in like some small city center, and there was a manhole in the middle of the sidewalk, and it was just belching crap all over the place. I'm like, of all places for them to put, their sewer and manhole right in the middle of a sidewalk. You could see the people crossing the street to go to the other side and then come back. And he's so jovial, Well, we'll just give this little washout, Time to get the 6-head water jet. Poking around in a vat of shit. Then all of a sudden, oh, I think we cleared the blockage. Yeah. Although he had one yesterday. As he was clearing the blockage, that goddamn pit in the floor exploded. And sewage went everywhere. It was on the ceiling. It was on the walls. All over the floor. As he was cleaning up, he says, well, we'll have to call a deep cleaning crew in for this room. He had to pick up his GoPro, wipe the shit off the lens. I can imagine what him and his apprentice looked like. That manhole just exploded. Like somebody put a bomb in it. Because he gave a little warning. He goes, spoiler alert, within the next 5 seconds, I'll tell you, when that manhole exploded, I jumped back in the chair and I was looking to make sure no shit come through my monitor. It scared the hell out of me. It erupted like Mount Vesuvius. And then he showed the room, shit on the ceiling, on the walls. Then he goes, well, I think we cleared the blockage, and we'll have to call in a deep cleaning crew for the room, because the manhole or whatever it was in the middle of a storeroom. But he showed the ceiling. I was like, oh, man. It had to take them a week to clean that room. I could almost imagine what it smelled like. He took it in stride. He goes, well, every now and then that happens. He says, unfortunately, the GoPro got it pretty bad. And it did. He's wiping the lens. But it's interesting. I find it I go back and forth. I'll get a little bored with court videos, and I go, oh, let me go watch a sewer cleaning. Then I'll watch a couple of sewer cleanings and go back to court videos. Black. Boy, I tell you what, that wakes me up at night. Be half asleep, have dry mouth, reach over, grab the mug. I'm awake. Boy, I wish somebody would publish new interrogation videos. God, last night, there must have been 30 that I had previously watched. I'm clicking through going, saw it, saw it, saw it, saw it, saw it. Although the one site, what the hell is it, Couch Videos, Couch Detectives, he had a couple of interesting ones that I hadn't seen. But it's starting to get boring. Because, you watch one, and then somebody else picks it up, and they put a different title on it. And then you start watching it going, oh, I saw this before. Click. Well, getting close to 8 o'clock. All my buddy said is, I've got something for you. That's all he said. Didn't say what. Keeping me in suspense. I doubt if it's food. I guess I'll find out when he gets here. So, what's the story with CPS now? They're going to be a big investigation and all kinds of hassle, or is this kind of open and closed? What an asshole. Can't leave well enough alone. Gotta start shit. And CPS, they're hard to, make go away. They're almost as bad as police with a search warrant. Go through the house. Oh, what's this here? Oh, what's that there? You have to shoot me an email and explain, Kathy, if you want. Or keep it private, that's okay. We should have figured it wasn't over and done with. You know, like I told you, he ain't done. Asshole. Well, let's call it a night here. Oh, I lost the stylus. There it is. So I could meet my buddy at the door. I don't want him banging on the door, ringing the bell, doing all the... He gets impatient, rings the bell 37 times, knocking on the door. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And we will meet again right here at WDWL TV tomorrow night. The home of not one, but 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And with that, we will meet again tomorrow night. And everybody, take care, and thanks again for putting up with me. And we'll have the 2 obligatory OBS see-yas. See ya 1. And see ya number 2. See ya.